It is 8:15 in the evening, and the room is softly lit by a small lamp in the corner. You are standing in the doorway of your child's bedroom, and you are exhausted. You have worked all day, you have cooked dinner, and all you want to do is sit down for 5 minutes of peace. But when you look at the bed, your child isn't under the covers. Instead, they are bouncing. They are jumping higher and higher. Their pajamas are twisted, and they have a huge, mischievous smile on their face. You feel that heat rising in your chest. You want to shout. You want to say something like, "Stop it right now," or "Go to sleep this instant." But in that moment of stress, your English seems to evaporate. You can't find the right words to stay calm and firm at the same time.
I know that feeling so well, Emma. It is like your brain just freezes. When we are tired, we usually go back to the simplest, loudest words we know. We say no, no, stop, and stop. But those words often make the situation worse. The child thinks it is a game, or they get upset because they feel like they are being attacked. If you are listening to this right now and nodding your head because you have lived through this exact moment, you are in the right place. We want to help you find your voice even when you are tired. Before we dive into the specific phrases that will change your evenings, make sure you subscribe to the Pocket English podcast and hit that notification bell. By joining our community, you are deciding to grow your English confidence in the real, messy moments of life, not just in a classroom.
That is so important, Mark. We are not here for perfect textbook English. We are here for the English you need when there is a toddler jumping on a bed at night. Today, we are talking about soft boundaries. This is a way of speaking that is very kind, but very strong. It allows you to be the leader in the room without becoming a drill sergeant. The first tool we want to give you is something I call the validation bridge. This is a way to acknowledge what your child is feeling before you ask them to change their behavior.
Validation is such a powerful word, but for our A2 and B1 learners, what does it really mean in practice? To validate someone is simply to say, "I see you, and I understand what you are feeling." It doesn't mean you agree with what they are doing. It just means you recognize their emotion.
Exactly. Think about the jumping child. Instead of saying, "Stop jumping," you start with an observation. You can say, "I see that you still have a lot of energy." Or you can say, "I know you are not ready for the day to end." Mark, let's practice those together. If you are listening, I want you to say these out loud with us.
I see that you still have a lot of energy.
I know you are not ready for the day to end. These phrases are like a bridge. You are walking from your perspective over to their perspective. When a child hears "I know" or "I see," they feel understood. Their brain relaxes just a little bit. They think, "Okay, my mom or my dad understands that I am having fun." Once that bridge is built, it is much easier to lead them across it to the next step, which is lying down.
It's a huge shift in mindset. Instead of an immediate conflict, you are starting with a shared truth. It's a very polite way to start a difficult conversation. But Emma, once we have used that bridge, we still need them to stop jumping. What comes next?
This is where we use what I call soft commands. In English, we often use the word don't. Don't run, don't shout, don't jump. But the human brain, especially a child's brain, has to do extra work to understand a negative command. If I say, "Don't think of a pink elephant," what is the first thing you think of?
A pink elephant, of course.
Exactly. So when we say "don't jump," the child's brain is still focused on the action of jumping. To be more effective and to use more natural English, we should focus on the action we want to see. We call this action over inhibition. Instead of saying "don't jump," try saying "feet on the floor."
Feet on the floor. That is so much clearer. It tells the child exactly what to do with their body.
It really does. Or if they are standing on the bed, you can say, "Sit your bottom down." It sounds a bit funny, but it's very common and very gentle. Let's try another one. Instead of saying, "Don't be so loud," you can say, "Use your whisper voice." Mark, why don't we practice these action phrases for our listeners?
I'll say the old way, and you give us the new, better way, Emma. If I usually say, "Stop standing on the bed," what should I say instead?
You should say, "Feet on the bed," or "Lie your body down."
And if I usually say, "Don't throw your pillow,"
you can say, "Keep the pillow on the bed." Keep the pillow on the bed. Notice how these are positive instructions. We are giving the child a map of how to behave. For our learners, this is also great practice for using prepositions like on, down, and under. You are teaching your child English and helping them sleep at the same time.
I love that idea of a map. It takes the guesswork out of the situation. But what if the child is stubborn? What if they say, no, I want to keep playing?
That is when we use the third tool in our pocket, which is the two-choice empowerment. This is a classic parenting strategy that works brilliantly in English. When you give a child two choices, you are giving them a sense of power. They feel like they are making a decision, but both choices lead to the outcome you want.
So it is a win-win situation. I give them a choice, they feel in control, but the result is the same. Can you give us some examples of how to phrase these choices?
Of course. This is where we use the modal verb should, or the phrase do you want to. For example, you can ask, do you want to hop like a bunny to the bathroom, or march like a soldier? Or you can ask, do you want to put on your pajama top first, or your pajama bottoms?
Those are great. Let's try some specifically for the bed situation. How about, do you want to lie on your tummy or on your back?
Perfect. Or do you want to read the book about the dragon or the book about the stars? By asking these questions, you are moving the child's brain from the fight or flight mode into the thinking mode. They have to stop and consider their preference. While they are thinking, they are no longer jumping.
That is such a clever psychological trick. And from a language perspective, it is a great way to practice the structure do you want to plus a verb. It's a very common pattern that you can use in almost any situation. Let's think about the grammar for a second. When we use do you want to, we are making it about their desire. When we use should we are making it about a team effort.
That is a great distinction, Mark. Should we brush our teeth now or after we put on pajamas? That sounds like a collaborative project. It's very inclusive. Let's practice a few more of those choices together. Listeners, try to repeat after us. Do you want to lie on your tummy or your back? Do you want to pull the blanket up or stay cool? Do you want a big hug or a little squeeze?
I can feel my own energy coming down just by saying those phrases, Emma. They are so much more peaceful than shouting.
That leads us to our next section, which is the low voice practice. Mark, you mentioned your energy coming down. That is a huge part of this technique. In English, we often think that to be firm, we must be loud. But actually, when you lower your voice, the other person has to quiet down to hear you. In a dark bedroom, a whisper is much more powerful than a shout.
It creates an atmosphere of rest. It signals to the child that the time for high-energy play is over. For an English learner, speaking quietly also helps you focus on your pronunciation. You can hear the small sounds of the words better. Let's do a bit of a role play for our listeners so they can hear how this sounds in a real conversation. I'll be the child who is still a bit wiggly, and you be the parent using all the tools we talked about today.
I'm ready. Remember, I'm going to use the validation bridge, then a soft command, and then a two-choice empowerment, all in a quiet, calm voice.
I'm jumping, I don't want to sleep.
Mark, I see that you are still very excited and you have lots of energy. I know it is hard to stop when you are having fun, but it is time to rest your body now. Feet on the floor, please. Thank you. Now, do you want to tuck your teddy bear in first, or should I tuck you in first? I want to tuck Teddy in first. Okay, let's tuck Teddy in. Now, do you want the blue blanket or the yellow one? The blue one. Great choice. Lie your head down on the pillow. There we go. Wow, Emma, even as an adult playing a role, I felt myself wanting to cooperate. The way you used those phrases was so clear and so kind. It didn't feel like you were fighting me. It felt like you were helping me. That is the goal. We want our English to be a tool for connection, not just for giving orders. For our B1 learners, notice how I use the phrase, it is time to. It is time to rest. This is a very useful way to talk about routines without sounding too aggressive. It's like saying the clock is deciding its time, not just me. It takes the pressure off the parent.
That's a great point. It's not Emma saying you must sleep. It's just that the time for sleeping has arrived. It's a natural fact. I also noticed you used the word tuck in. That's a lovely phrasal verb for bedtime. To tuck someone in means to pull the covers up around them so they feel warm and safe.
Yes, tuck in is a very cozy English expression. I want you to imagine the sound of the word tuck. It's short and sharp, but when you say it in a whisper, It feels like a soft click. We want to fill your pocket with these cozy, natural words. Let's talk about the word energy for a moment. Mark, how would you explain energy to someone who is at an A2 level?
I would say energy is like a battery. When you have a full battery, you want to run and play. When your battery is low, you are tired. In the evening, children often have what we call a burst of energy. This is a sudden high level of activity just before they crash and fall asleep.
A burst of energy. That is a great idiom. It explains why they are jumping on the bed even though they have been awake for 12 hours. Now, before we finish today, I want us to do a long repeat after me section. I want our listeners to really feel these words in their mouths. We will go slowly. This is your chance to practice the melody of the English language.
Let's start with the validation bridge. We will say each one twice. Repeat after Emma.
I see you are having so much fun. I see you are having so much fun. I know you aren't ready to stop playing. I know you aren't ready to stop playing. I can see you still have lots of energy. I can see you still have lots of energy. It is hard to say goodbye to the day. It is hard to say goodbye to the day.
Now let's practice the soft commands. Focus on that calm, steady tone. Don't let your voice go up at the end. Keep it flat and firm.
Feet on the floor, please. Feet on the floor, please. Lie your body down. Lie your body down. Use your quiet whisper voice. Use your quiet whisper voice. Keep your hands still. Keep your hands still. Sit your bottom down on the bed. Sit your bottom down on the bed.
And finally, the two-choice empowerment. These are questions, so listen for the rise and fall of the voice. Often in English, we rise at the end of a choice question.
Do you want to hop to bed or march to bed? Do you want to hop to bed or march to bed? Should we read one story or two stories? Should we read one story or two stories? Do you want the lamp on or the lamp off? Do you want the lamp on or the lamp off? Do you want to wear the red pajamas or the striped ones? Do you want to wear the red pajamas or the striped ones?
Those sound great. If you are listening to this during your commute or while you are cleaning your house, try to imagine yourself in that bedroom tonight. Imagine that child jumping. Instead of the old feeling of panic, you have these phrases ready in your pocket. You can reach in, grab a validation bridge, and keep the peace. Think about how much more relaxed you will feel when you have a plan.
It takes practice. You might not get it perfect the first time, and that is okay. English is a journey, and parenting is a journey too. Sometimes you will still want to shout. Sometimes you will forget the words. But by choosing to use these phrases, you are practicing your speaking skills in a way that actually improves your life. That is the best kind of learning, because it is meaningful.
It really is. I have a challenge for everyone listening today. It is a 7-day challenge. For the next week, every time you feel like you are about to shout a command at your child, I want you to pause for just 2 seconds. Take a breath, count to 2, and try to use one validation bridge. Just one. Start with I see or I know. That's all.
That is a wonderful challenge, Mark. Even if you only say, I see you are busy, it changes the energy of the room. It reminds you both that you are on the same team. You aren't enemies in a battle. You are just two people trying to get through the end of the day. We would love to hear how this works for you. If you found these phrases helpful, please give this video a like. It helps other parents and English learners find our lessons.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We have so many more pocket-sized lessons coming your way to help you navigate every part of your daily life with confidence and grace. We want to help you with the small talk at the park, the awkward questions at the doctor, and the difficult conversations at home.
Thank you for spending these few minutes with us today. Remember, your English grows one small moment at a time. You don't need to study for 3 hours. You just need 5 minutes of clear, focused practice. Tonight, when you walk into that bedroom, remember that you have the words you need. You can be firm, you can be kind, and you can do it all in English. We are so proud of the work you are doing for your family and for your own growth.
Keep practicing, keep breathing, and we will see you in the next episode. Your English is a bridge to a better relationship with your child.
Good night and happy learning. May your bedtime routines be full of peace and soft voices. See you soon. Take a moment for yourself tonight. Goodbye for now. Take care. You've got this.
One step at a time.
Every little bit counts.
Your English is getting better every day.
We believe in you.
Have a peaceful night.
Rest well.
Until next time,
Take a deep breath and let's go.
let's do it.
Exactly.
Every word is progress.
We are here for you.
Happy dreaming.
See you next time.